Welcome to the boating adventure. Good morning, it's the 20th of September 2021.
And it's Monday.
And it's Monday, yeah. We're just about to leave the Caravan and Motorhome Club site here in Brighton, and we're going to have a short journey along the coast, and we're going to the Camping and Caravanning Club site just outside Chichester. It's between Chichester and Portsmouth. So we're going to leave the cameras rolling and see if we can pick some more coastal route up. Today is Tuesday the 21st of September 2021, and today we've come to Portsmouth to the historic dockyard, and today we're going to have a tour of the HMS Victory, and we're going to look at the Mary Rose exhibition. So come and join us. So here we are at the HMS Victory. Coming here today is a little bit of a pilgrimage really, because this clock was something that was passed on to us by my wife's mother, and it was handed down through her family. This anchor clock was supposedly carved by a Mr. Leach, who passed it on as a present to this gentleman, who is my wife's great grandfather. Mr. Leach reputedly served on HMS Victory during the Battle of Trafalgar. I've checked his naval records, and you can find his name and his rank. He was a private in the Marines. He's was aged 27 at the time, and his payroll number was ML54, and that's recorded in the ship's paybook. And he served on the ship from the 17th of April 1803 to the 15th of January 1806. And he was discharged from the Navy on the 15th of January 1806 and was paid off. And you can check these in the National Archive records, ADM 3615900. Okay, so we've entered on the middle deck. The cannons on the middle gun deck were 24-pounders, which basically means that they were able to fire cannonballs that each weighed 24 pounds. There they are. There were a total of 104 guns on HMS Victory. On the main deck they were 12-pounders, and there were also a couple of lightweight cannons that could fire 68 pounds. And then on the upper deck they were 12-pounders. On this deck, the middle deck, they were 24-pounders, and then on the deck below there were 32-pounders. This is gunnery equipment used to fill the cannons. The ropes were there to reduce the recoil when the guns were fired. So we're now on the top gun deck, and this drum was used to keep a rhythm for the men while they were operating the cannons. These guns fired 12-pound cannonballs. We are now climbing out to the main deck. Hi. Okay, and so we have the ship's wheel. And that's the lower part of the mast. And now we're going into the officers' quarters. This is Captain Hardy's day cabin.
Captain Hardy's day cabin is very modestly furnished. He does have the luxury of private lavatories, or heads as they're called in the Navy, in the small cubicles on either side of the cabin. Victory is cleared for action, it means exactly that. All the wooden partitions in these cabins will be taken down and stored, maybe even thrown overboard, including the windows. Turning Hardy's quarters into a gun deck and bringing the 12-pounders to bear is far more important than saving the furniture and fittings. Nelson rates Hardy very highly. After so much experience together at sea, there's clearly a strong bond of trust and friendship between the two men. Hardy has been in poor health for nearly a year, and out of concern for his friend, Nelson asks Surgeon Beatty how long it might be before he fully recovers. The surgeon replies, "I hope not more than a fortnight." We're going to leave through Captain Hardy's sleeping cabin. His hanging sleeping cot is much more comfortable and convenient than a canvas hammock. Then we'll make our way forward across the quarterdeck all the way to the bow at the other end of the ship.
This is where the ship's boats were kept, but at the moment they've been taken off for restoration, but there's one just below. At the moment, HMS Victory is minus its topmasts. They too have been taken away for restoration purposes. This is the ship's watch bell. I do have one of these on the Swamp Duck and have chimed it occasionally.
This boat of Victory is called the forecastle. The fat gun is a carronade. It only has a short barrel, but can fire a 68-pound shot. That's nearly 6 times the weight of shot fired by the 12-pounder next to it. Carronades are used at very close range. The heavy shot smashes into a ship's timbers, sending showers of deadly wooden splinters flying across the deck. Carronades can also be loaded with cases of musket balls and used with gruesome and lethal effect to clear decks of people.
The flag flying on the flagpole at the rear of the ship indicates that although it was launched in 1765, HMS Victory is still a commissioned warship and is the flagship of the first Sea Lord and has been since 2012, making it the world's oldest naval ship still in commission with 243 years of service, and is a real icon of the British Navy. We are now going up onto the poop deck. The poop deck gets its name from the French word for the stern of a boat, la poupe, or from the Latin pupis, and it literally means a deck which is formed from the roof of a cabin built in the rear of a ship. And here we have a jolly sailor just coming down to the next deck. You're right, Dad. And so here we have the sailors' accommodation, some hammocks, and the all the mod cons. What's a hen do? It lays eggs. These are the 12 pounders.
After 14 days at sea, Victory joins the British fleet, and Nelson takes command from now. The fleet is only 15 miles off the coast of Spain, so Nelson has cancelled the customary gun salutes in case the noise alerts the enemy. Nelson quickly calls meetings with his captains. Here, in his dining cabin, Nelson explains tactics.
I think that's what you call it, a room with a view.
This is Nelson's deck cabin, which together with his dining cabin is known as the Great Cabin. It is sparsely furnished. When clearing for action, Nelson's quarters must be quickly transformed into an open fighting deck. Complete with 4 12-pounder guns. All the internal wooden partitions are struck down and his furniture taken below. Even the glazed sash windows in the stern are removed. The last thing you need is smashed glass flying everywhere.
This is Nelson's bedroom. And complete with a commode. Our tour now takes us back down to the middle gun deck where we first entered. The crew ate, slept, and died even next to their cannons.
The guns here are 24-pounders. They're larger and more powerful than the 12-pounders and can fire twice the weight of shot about a mile. Breakfast was served at 8 this morning. As usual, it was a cold meal, burgoo, a thick oatmeal porridge sweetened with molasses.
We are now going down to the lower gun deck. These are the 32-pounder guns. I've spoken to one of the guides and talked about William Leach, the man who carved the clock, and this is where, as a private marine, he would have served. He would have been a volunteer, and in those days they didn't sign on for lengthy periods of time, just for the time that they were required. So his dates fit in precisely with the history of this ship. As a private marine, he would have been in hand-to-hand combat and very vulnerable. This is the ship's pump, very necessary to keep it afloat. We are now going down to the orlop deck, which is basically the deck below the waterline. This is where lots of nasty, gruesome things happened, as it served as a store, but also as a hospital.
Clammy air is stale and sour, with the acid tang of smoke, vomit, blood and death prickling in your mouth and nostrils. The ship shudders with every...
Those saws weren't for cutting up bits of wood. Yuck. This simple lamp marks the spot where Admiral Lord Nelson died. We are now going to make our way down to the very bottom of the boat, the bilge, and it gets quite dark down here, so filming is a little bit difficult. In the darkness I can just about make out some ballast, which helps to keep the boat upright. Here are the very bottom timbers. This was used as excellent storage space, as you can see, loads of barrels there. After the gloom of the bilge, it's good to be able to come outside, and we can see the gun ports, and we can make our way underneath the Victory. Here you can see the caulking of the boat, which is basically where rope is fixed between the planks of the boat to keep it watertight. I hope you enjoyed that video of HMS Victory. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please press the subscription button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen on your mobile phone or tablet, which is displayed throughout my videos. Please press the bell icon on the home page of the channel and you'll be notified by YouTube each time I upload a new video. Please give us a thumbs up and make any comments below, as I do enjoy reading them and I will respond to each and every one of them. So thank you for watching and do take care. In the next video we make the short journey across the courtyard to visit the Mary Rose exhibition. So join us on the next one.